sacrificing muscle in the name of weight loss will be a decision you will regret. I have no qualms about that statement, and I will say it over and over and over. That will be a decision you will regret if you choose weight loss on the scale as the number one marker for success, and sacrificing muscle in that process just to tick that weight down. You will regret that. Hey everybody, we've had some of the most incredible guests coming to you these past couple of months. The amount of expertise and knowledge on these cutting edge topics is something we really hope that you enjoy. And if you do, it would make a huge difference to us if you could rate, review, and subscribe the podcast. It helps us to get more guests, better experts, and talk about all of the things that are really important to you. So give us a love, give us a lot of love, and don't forget to subscribe so you get all our new episodes. This is today. What?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Thick Lives Save Lives podcast. I am
Thick Lives Save Lives. Okay. If you're not watching on YouTube, you are missing out on a little tiny fuzzy mic that has joined. You have a new team member.
Should wear a rain jacket. I feel like that would have fit better.
Holy moly.
The winds are starting to pick up here.
I'm going to die. You're hurting my
It really starting to pick up. If you stay cool at home, though.
I'm going to die. You're hurting my belly so much. Okay.
You guys, join YouTube.
Oh my God. This day just keeps on. It's 10 a.m.
That's rude. No one asked that from you.
No one asked.
Shit, no one asked you today. Oh. You decided to just insert yourself over here.
I'm going to tell you, all of our friends that are listening right now, we are here for you. And how we prove that is this pre-production has been like 10 years in the making to just get here. But we got a little fuzzy mic, and we got Kelsey reporting on the newest, it's like Hurricane Kelsey. And really we are going to do this no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for you.
We're not going to do it well. Listen, we're going to do it. Like, there's no lack of effort, but what comes out comes out.
You get what you get.
I'm going to tell you this. I haven't slept in months.
That's months,
riding on
guys.
Good vibes.
Why do you think it is that your baby doesn't want to go a full night without eating?
You know,
does anyone really want to go a full night without eating? But like, how do we train someone up so that they can make it?
Does anyone really want to do it? You know how I think of it, though? Their bodies are just so little. Like, when you look at them, you're like, this is a whole body, right? But it's just this little tiny condensed version of like things that we have. You got to think like it's actually super normal for you to not be able to go the whole night because your belly is so little. Like,
so on the one hand,
you're growing like so much. Like, you look different when you wake up. I don't look astronomically different when I wake up.
Well, after those long nights, you might look different in the wrong direction.
The gremlin that's crawl out of like hell, and you're like, what's your name?
So on the one hand, I'm with you. On the
Yeah.
other hand, I've seen that kid eat chicken,
My God.
and
And
his
stew,
belly isn't so little. So,
two-handed.
you know, the weirdest thing too is like he's really into like his utensils, which is nice because I never had a kid. My 8-year-old is still on
Yeah.
like if no one's looking, he'll just
Him and our 3-year-old were sitting next to each other at dinner when Rachel and I went out to dinner, and they were both eating rice with their hands.
for
And I looked
one,
over
that's
twice
appropriate.
and said like said like your spoon, use your spoon. But then I realized they were both doing it. And I was like, well,
Okay, but one's 3. Okay, well, that's appropriate for one of the people involved. But here's what I'm trying to say. He's so funny because he likes to use his utensils, which is funny, but you can't like give him the food quick enough. So when you're like midway, you've got the food, you've put it on the spoon, and you're like midway there, he yanks it out of your hand, feeds himself, then gives it back to you. Repeat this process.
yeah, and while you're trying to get it on the spoon, he's getting it with his hands. He's like, what are you
What are
doing
you
over
doing?
there? Like, what are you even?
Why are you not ready with the next spoon? You need 2 spoons because it's like a I hand you one, you hand me the other full one. It's a full at this is what I'm trying to say. Bro, I saw what you ate today. You don't need to
Sleep through the
eat
night.
at night. Sleep through the night, MFer. Like,
Let me just like
stop trying to
normalize
fool
this
everybody.
stop trying to fool everyone. Let me just normalize this for any other moms who have babies under a year though. Like people will gaslight you into being like your baby should be sleeping through the night, blah 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 blah. And then when you actually look at like I follow this specifically as one sleep consultant who's British, so she's wonderful to listen to.
Oh, my
Um
favorite. My favorite.
like immediately I'm like, well, you're valid, right? But she just blows that up immediately and says like whoever is gaslighting you into this and making you feel like it's weird that your baby's waking up all the time, like that's incorrect. And like it's very normal for babies at this age to be waking up frequently, especially when they start to have some separation anxiety. They start to realize that you guys are not one person.
Oh, that's a hard day.
You're like separate people, and so like they're
My
starting to get
husband is
some
still
object
hoping
permanency.
that I'll realize that me and my son are not one person.
You'll
He's like,
see.
I'm hoping you wake up and realize that you guys aren't actually one person, you're 2 separate people. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, but shut your trap.
Good luck. But object permanence is a real thing, right? So like when things go away, they will come back, but um
But how
for
do
a
you
lot of
know?
my neurospicy people who are still working on some object permanence situations where, okay, and when I'm talking about that, guys, you're the type of person who puts something in the fridge but you put it into a spot that you cannot see, it no longer exists.
Gone. Never heard of it. What do you mean?
No longer exists, it's gone. I think I've talked about this before, but I also live with a neurospicy person, and he thought it was a good idea to get a second fridge. It lives in our garage.
So
Things
you
go
don't
to
have you
die.
don't have a second
They
fridge then because if you can't see it, it's
We've had entire bag, and I'm sure everyone has done this, but we've had entire grocery bags get left in the car, and just now they have to be thrown out, of course, because they've been there for days.
wait,
Like,
wait, you went to the grocery store.
I
You
thought everyone got this.
purchased No.
I was like, oh, you guys will know.
You did say that with a lot of confidence. I thought you meant that you I thought you meant that you put things in the fridge and forget about them. But like yeah, everybody's done that. But wait,
Mm,
you went to the store,
mhm.
purchased the groceries.
Yeah.
They were bagged. You drove back from the store. Then what
hmm
happened?
Now, let me just preface this. This is my partner. I think I've done this, but not quite as frequently as that one. Where like, he brought in the groceries, but like a bag was missing, and the bag was just left in the car. And I kept going like, "Didn't you buy a chicken? Didn't you buy like this thing that I had been I thought I did, but maybe I didn't, like blah blah blah. Like it's just gone now." And then like when you're sitting down one time and you're like, "I bet he left it in the car." And you go, and then you're like, the entire thing was in there. Did you not
Ooh,
think?
ooh.
No, it was gone. You couldn't see it, and then it was gone.
Well, listen. I've seen this happen with him where like all of a sudden one day he realized that like you could leave, and
Yeah.
I saw the panic, utter panic. And yeah, I don't blame him for, checking in at night. You still there?
You still
You
there?
still there? You gonna be
I
there
was
in an
there.
hour?
You be-
You know what? I'll just check. I'll just call for you. Okay? And let's do this in an hour. Should we? Please no.
And the thing with him is now is that he's standing up on the edge of the crib. So like you come in there,
It's my
blah
favorite.
blah blah blah, but like babbling. So like he's blah 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 blah, standing up, just like peering out at you when you walk in. You're like, "Well,
I gotta
hello again, young sir. How are
it's
you?"
happy 2:30.
Happy to.
What's up, bud?
What do we need? A little snuggle, a little tit? What are we
Oh
doing?
my
Are you teething? What's happening?
hell. I know you're in the thick of it. I know you haven't slept for months. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your little fuzzy mic.
Little fuzzy
And
mic.
uh all the people can take this advice that we are not letting people gaslight us into whatever is
Whatever the thing is,
normal,
apparent
whatever people
normal.
should be doing. These things they don't exist. And we have to, the most
They
empowering
don't.
thing is knowing that you are making your own way and doing the best you can.
Well, it's with everything, right? It's
Right.
not even just like with sleep. It's just like whatever is like the normal thing. Like, oh, like normal babies don't need to be held that much. Well, I have a Velcro baby. And that's not a
I
problem.
didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
Like, okay. Like, I'm glad yours baby doesn't need to be held that much. Like,
Good for you. Where's the
at the
cookies?
end of the day,
Yeah.
like it's just not gonna, and none of these things are ever gonna matter. It's only gonna matter if it works for you or doesn't work for you in your life. And like that's the only thing that's at the end of the day gonna matter.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
You're doing a
Yeah.
great job. So proud of you. And it's not forever. So
No, but I've really tried to reframe. This was one of the things that I was gonna chat with the people about, um, because I know that you did like a wonderful episode on callback to Rachel's episode with our special guest. But it
which one?
about how you frame, like how you look at things,
Oh
can
yeah.
change your entire perception. And I could not agree with this more. Um, and I just had like a couple examples about this because it's really in the language that we use. Because I started saying to Matt, like, instead of in the trenches, these are going to be the good old days. So don't miss this by framing it always as like we're being in the trenches, like we're in the, like there's going to be a time when your hands are completely empty, your house is very quiet, no one is stomping through stomping down the stairwell at 3 a.m.
With
um
princess shoes.
with princess shoes.
What the
It's so
hell?
true. It's so, with a crazy look in your eye. Like, what the hell is going on?
Is it time for ice
um
cream?
Calm down, psycho.
Jesus.
um but like it's there's gonna be that time is inevitable where like there isn't gonna be 10,000 questions. There's not gonna be, can I help you crack that egg? Or a situation where you're not sure what happens if you throw an egg.
Learning
We
every
find
day.
out, learning every day. But there's gonna be these times, and if we but that's our whole life, right? There's always gonna be times that it feels like lonely or hard or whatever, and it's always gonna be a moment that you look back on and you think like, how what was my vision at that time? I was talking to a guy the other day who his business is not doing well. It's closing down. The market here is really saturated for um smoothies, which I'm sure everyone's like nodding, like there's a smoothie place at every corner if you're like a homegrown smoothie person. Um, it's hard out there, and like he's gonna have to close down. But he was like, you know what? Like I've thought about it a lot, meditated a lot, been in business for 10 years. Like it, other than that, I'm the most grounded I've ever been. I'm in a really good place in my life, in my relationship. He's about to get married. Um, if this happened at a different time, like I may not have had this attitude towards it, but like that attitude is just beautiful because like you can't change the circumstances of like this is what's going to happen, but you can change the way that you react to it and the way you view all of the things that are happening to you. Like life's not happening to you, it's happening right now. This is the human experience. Like you really do decide how you want to frame it.
You really do decide. It's a power, it's a superpower that is like with all powers, it comes great responsibility and it's
And it's
tough.
not perfect though. It's not every day. Like I don't want to tell like I just don't want like people have this idea like, well, if I have this new framework, after listening to your podcast, like if I have this new framework, like if I go a day where I'm like feeling a little bit sorry for myself or I'm just like in the realness of like this is hard or this is difficult, then like I'm failing at like that mindset. But it's the same thing with working out. Like it's not perfect all the time. You don't at It's not like you wake up every day and you're like, well, so I have adjusted my mindset and I view everything as an opportunity and I'm looking at this. No, some days I'm like, "Whew, this sleep is hard. However, I'm in the golden years,
But, well, two things can be happening at once.
right? We're complex
Two
individuals.
things can be happening. Something can be both hard and enriching. Something can be both impossible and possible. So, I just think keep the shame where the shame belongs, which is it's not serving you. It's not
Yeah.
serving you. So just,
Mhm.
the recognition that like it's okay to feel sorry for yourself at sometimes, but also that that's not going to move you forward at all. Those are,
Are you going to live there?
simultaneous. Those are happening same.
Yeah. We don't set up camp there.
I mean, anyone who has knows the downfalls that
Mm.
happen, when you do. And it's not that you're never going to go through your life and never set up camp there. You absolutely are. But the hope is that the learning that happens by setting up camp there and saying like didn't really serve me at all to stay here feeling sorry for myself, and then maybe we make a different decision.
Mm.
That's the
Mhm.
hope. That's the hope. um I am, as much as I am so, you know, I remember it and it's so hard, and when you watch someone else do it, you're just like, "Oh my god, I just want to help you in any way I can." But just sending out my mental, see, let's go, high five.
A high
My
five.
support, because all the moms, we just gather up all the support and we're just throwing it at you and we're saying like, we remember, we were there, and you're doing so great.
Yeah. I think that the you're doing a great job is like the one something that's missing in all of the like um I think moms have got it though. Like I think we're the generation that have said like this is hard and amazing at the same time. We don't need to pretend that it's something that it's not. And I think that that is like a gateway for our children to be able to talk about things in a real way of it being hard but not like it's not ruining your life. Like things are hard and fulfilling at the same time, and like I really do feel like this like generation of moms is like opening up the dialogue for like that realness for the next ones because we're always teaching them how to be humans.
Let's hear it for all the moms out there. Let's hear it for you guys. You guys are doing the work. We got to interrupt this podcast because fall be falling.
Fall be falling, and honestly, you need your staples. I need my staples.
It's basics for me that make the world go round.
So here's the thing. I know I'm going to wake up and I'm going to put on leggings. I know I'm going to wake up and need to put on a
Check.
shirt at one point during the day. So when it comes to those, I need like a selection of like the same shirt in different colors to pick from.
Give me it and make it the most comfortable. Our slouchy tees are, first of all, such a fan favorite. They are the perfect weight, the perfect softness. They are just everything you want in a slouchy tee, comfortable, put together, and we got 4 new colors. We've got our Eden green, coral, navy, and eggplant coming out, perfect for fall. You've got to get these on your body. Hit up the site today. They're on a surprise drop. So shh, don't tell anybody. All right. So, in the spirit of wanting to understand ourselves and our nature and get the best out of what we have, what the cards that we're dealt. I think that what we have for you today is a couple of little tidbits that we're hoping that you can take with you. Um, One of the things that I like and dislike about these type of episodes is number one, I'm a person that likes to hear things that might hurt my feelings. I'm a masochist in that way. And I like it straight up. Like that's how I want it. I don't want it served on a platter of like misinformation and sugar coating and all of that kind of stuff. But I also realize that not everybody is me. So, although we're going to drop some hard truths today, I want everyone to understand that they come with a background of like, why waste time on bad information when we could hard truth it and then like cut through to the shortcut?
Yeah. I think that sometimes when it comes to these things, we're all like, "Mm, yeah, but it's really hard." And I'm glad there was like this little like impromptu intro to that of like it can be hard and still right at the same time, because I think that sometimes the things that hurt our feelings are hurting our feelings for the reason that they have truth to them. Because a lot of things that like if they're said to me and they have no truth to them, they roll right off. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, that has no bearing here. Like, you know what I mean? That's not true. I don't even feel the need to defend it. Like, it's goodbye. But a lot of things that we feel like are like, ooh, it's because it resonates with us. It's like irritating our demons. It has some truth to it. So I did want to um come up with some things, and we might be coming at this again in the future. So if you guys really like this segment, we'll keep coming, because there's a lot of truths out there that I would say to you, that I would tell you if I wasn't afraid to hurt your feelings.
On that note, you are our friends. We are pretending right now that we are not afraid to hurt your feelings and we're going to hard truth it. And it's coming from a place of the utmost love. Guys, sleep matters more than supplements.
It's so true. What's the weirdest thing about this is that a lot of us are willing to, and for a good reason, because we're just like, please, just like, is there anything that I could like buy or purchase or whatever, where I don't have to actually like put in the work to make these adjustments, like the work that just feels so overwhelming and so hard, and the time, because like most of us, like, time is currency. It's a thing that we can't get, right? But the truth is that all the money that you're throwing at supplements is not going to undo the fact that you are not getting enough sleep. And that is such a layered problem, because like, what are you choosing instead of sleep? Are you binge watching some TV? Are you on your phone death scrolling, doom scrolling?
I mean,
I think
same but
there was a
different.
Freudian slip. Are you on the other end of that? Are you waking up incredibly early to go to the gym because that's your only that you feel is your only slot, and now you're eating into a ton of your sleeping time? Like, I'm not I'm not the one passing judgment of which one of these are better or worse or any of that, because like I think we have this perception that like, well, if you're losing sleep to get up and train, you are on the better end of that, where like I'm not in that camp. Pulling from your sleep is detrimental to your health, full stop.
The end. The end. And it, it's really hard because time is currency. And this generation feels that more than any other. And we are being pulled in an awfully lot of directions. And I am here for the fact that there are these things that feel uncontrollable, especially like right now, telling you that sleep is important is like an oxymoron. Um, but the fact is there are, no matter what stage of life you're in, there are small things that we can work on every single day if we know that this is a priority. And I think that what we
You can
want to
also be real too. Like you can say like I am in a season right now where sleep is really difficult. This is not a season that lasts forever, but when you have a small my baby is 8 months old. Like when you have a very small baby, you realize that like this is a season where you're not getting optimal amounts of sleep. So you do other things to try to, I don't want to say even combat that, but work with yourself in a way that you are like really honest with the people around you. Like, I'm a little bit foggy sometimes. Like, my brain is changing, and it can be a little bit foggy. My words can be not quite as clear. My uh, like my ability to like not react might be it might be a little shorter at times, because like sleep deprived is literally something you do to like torture people. But also I insert like don't not looking at my phone past a certain time so that I can reach a REM sleep at an earlier stage, so that like when I get that 2 hour or 3 hour stint, it's quality.
but that's kind of what I am meaning when I'm saying like if you know it's a priority, despite the time in your life that you're at and the stage that you're at, you can do these small things to say, I'm prioritizing this because I know that it's important. And so, like, for people who work third shift, for people that the morning is their only gym time, like, these are real things, and no one would ever negate the fact that they're real. However, taking that into consideration and saying simultaneously, sleep is also a priority means that if the morning at 4 a.m. is your only gym time, then we're in bed by 8, baby girl, no matter what. And if you know you're gonna be, woken up multiple times in the night, then the blue lights are off 2 hours before bed. Like, these are the small things that we can say, like, hey, it's a priority. I know it's not optimal right now, but me prioritizing it is going to help in these small ways. And really, what more can we do? Just
That's
notice
our
it, and
That's just our doing our
we're
best.
just doing our
Like
best.
like we're gonna have these real like we're gonna give these real things that might hurt your feelings, but also with the backdrop of like you're doing your best. And if you can honestly look at it and say, am I doing your best? And that might be something that you say like, no, I'm not, and these are the changes that I can make, or yes, I am, and I'm happy with where I'm at with this. But those are the two directions. You can either say like, I'm happy with where I'm at with this, like I am doing my best, or you can say like, no, and I'm going to make these changes. But the the ball's in your court either way.
Oh, the power. All right, yeah, I'm making you do the next one because they're already mad at me because I said they have to sleep and that they can't buy their supplement way out of it. Everybody's already mad at me.
You can't out train a poor diet. So this is something that like I know has been a controversial thing, but this is what I'm gonna say about that. I don't give a shit how many miles you can run if you're not getting nutrition, and if your all your meals consisted of not getting any nutrient dense food in, fast food, soda, whatever. The thing is and this is where I want to be very clear about this. It's not about what you are eating, it's about what you're not eating. Okay? So when I'm saying like you cannot train a poor diet, I'm talking about health. I'm not talking about weight loss, and I know that this phrase has been used a lot of ways when it comes to like trying to like overly control what people eat, but the truth is that it's more important it's more important to look at what you're not eating than actually what you're eating. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Is if you think that that cookie or that cake that you had at someone's birthday party is the thing that's derailing your progress, I'm here to tell you it's not.
It's not, and it never was.
I will tell you, it's not, it never was. I will tell you that if you're not getting enough protein, if you're not getting enough fiber in your diet, it is derailing your progress. You don't have the nutritional baseline to be able to effectively train in your workouts. Your workouts are not as effective. They're not getting out of it what you want to get out of it because your body does not have the fuel to be able to do that. So that's the truth. That's the hard truth. You guys want us to go with the like, well, you can just eat whatever you eat and then you hit it hard in the gym. You're not able to hit it hard in the gym. You're not able to train effectively if you don't have the nutrition that your body needs.
Facts. And the other hard truth about this is when you are lacking the nutritional baseline, you're never going to recover in a way that is optimal for being able to hit it hard tomorrow. You are also um, doing major metabolic damage to your ability to hold on to muscle, to be able to effectively burn calories. These are all things that can't be tracked on the watch. Where you say like, well, I ate 1,600 calories and I burned 1,600 calories, and now this is great and I've completed it for the day. What was in those 1,600 calories is always going to matter. And that is what we mean when we say you can't outtrain a poor diet. It is not that you need to be in a calorie deficit or these kinds of diet mentality kind of talk. What we mean is what is coming in and what is not coming in is going to make the difference in your metabolic health, your overall fitness, and that's something that I think is often overlooked. Hard truth.
Oh, 100%. And I think this is something that we're going to talk about like in a later episode too, when we're talking about the difference between health and fat loss, because or health and weight loss. I'm so conditioned to say fat loss that it immediately comes out that way. Um, but it's been a really challenging thing to be for people to be able to differentiate the difference between like a healthy behavior and just looking to lose weight, and those are not synonymous, and that conversation is a lot deeper, and I don't even think it's one that I feel completely qualified to discuss, because I think we're all still unpacking that for those of us who have lived on this planet as a woman through all of these fad diets. But that's another one that I just want to mention. Fad diets are just an expensive way for you to eat less. And that the more fad diets that we continue to waste time giving all of this energy, the less time we're spending figuring out how we can actually meet our nutritional needs for our bodies. And like whether you're talking, and this I'm gonna hit one that I've done, paleo. You know what I mean? Like the focus there is essentially just to eat less. It's putting focus on things that will like put you keep you fuller for longer periods of time, that are cutting out sugar. So you're looking at like decreasing your cravings. It's hitting the same thing in a lot of different ways. But the more that we just get caught up in every new fad diet, I can't tell you how I've been in the health and fitness industry for a very long time. I can't tell you how distracting it is for a lot of people who are looking to make a sustainable change in their life, how distracting the new fad diets are. And how over the years and you could think of maybe this is yourself or people that you've watched in your life, it's the yo-yo. Think about it in a real way, guys. How many times have you watched this or experienced this yourself? You've hit this fad diet really hard. You've seen, I'm going to air bunny some success here. Because is it successful if you are not able to maintain it for 2 years
In my opinion, no.
or a lifetime?
I
Because that is actual change that we're able to sustain over a long period of time. That's where we learn something. That's where it's able to ebb and flow with our lives, with our bodies, with hormone changes, with things that are happening with us in our entire life. When we're able to consistently take that into life for the rest of our life, it's just part of our daily habits. We don't have to spend so much energy, brain power on thinking, what is this next diet? How am I going to figure that out? How am I going to work it into my life? What do I need to buy? Whatever it is.
I I want to do some like hardcore psychological research on scarcity mindsets because
Mm.
I truly believe that fad diets are built on a scarcity mindset. And I don't know that I've ever known anything built on scarcity to be successful. All of the thing concentrating on all of the things that you cannot have and that are forbidden and off limits, and I'm going to be hungry, and every my resources are going to be scarce. The things I like are going to be scarce. Having that as the baseline for like, and I want to do this forever. I don't know the science behind why the brain says like absolutely hard no, that's a no from us. But all I know is that anecdotally, all of the things that I have seen that are built on scarcity mindsets are not sustainable because they are so focused on things that you cannot have. And for some reason, the brain doesn't like scarcity. I think it has something to do with like survival. No, we don't want things to be scarce. That sounds scary. We may die. We dies when it's scarce.
We dies we dies when it scares, but that's the same, like this same, I always say, where focus goes energy flows. So like this is the same thing that goes into literally every aspect of your life. If you give something a ton of focus, energy is going to flow there. So the same thing happens when we give this like hyper focus to these like major overhauls with our diet in the new fad, that we are like researching it, blah, blah, blah. Like, what are all the things? Give me the list of things that I cannot eat. Give me the list of things that I'm supposed to eat. Like, it goes into like all of this. And I'm not saying that your diet and nutrition doesn't need to have energy. It does. It 100% does. But it needs to have sustainable energy because this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is something that needs to work for you for the rest of your life. So you don't go into all of those like peaks and valleys of this worked for a short period of time. I was not able to maintain it. I fell right off the edge of the cliff. I'm at this low. Now I've got to find the new one and give all of that energy, and it starts all over again. And the same thing happens when it comes to things that are like difficult and challenges and mindsets, because all goes together. So if you focus on something being so hard or so bad, or like I said, being in the trenches, energy is going to flow in that direction. And all of your language that follows how you talk about whatever difficult situation that is, like I'm just sharing mine personally, but whatever it is for you guys, energy flows in in that direction. You're going to want to talk about it with friends in a way, in a language that kind of pulls you down, maybe not in the moment, but overall it does, because it gives you this lens to look at your life in a woe's me, rather than these are, when I'm 80, I'm going to wish that I looked back at this with that I looked at this in the moment with some fonder glasses. You know what I mean? And I want you to think about that for like your life.
Well, I mean, the opposite of a scarcity mindset is an abundance mindset. And I think that when we think about how we all want to look back on our time spent here, it's with abundancy. and all of the things that we did do and we could have, and all of the, amazing things that we were able to experience. And I think that taking that and breaking it down micro into every single interaction with things is always going to be a helpful thing. So you already know we make the best workout gear, but one of our best products, our highest rated product on our website, is actually our collagen. If you have not heard about Glow Up by CVG, you are missing out. There is almost 700 five-star reviews on this product because it is such an amazing supplement. Actually, looking at it today, there are only 2 one-stars that were meant to be 5 stars. They love the product, they hit the wrong amount of stars. This is one of our most popular products for a reason. It dissolves like no other collagen. It's type 1 and 3. You're gonna have healthier skin, better joint mobility. Everything about this collagen makes it easy to put into your daily routine. So if you haven't tried Glow Up, get on cvg.com and make sure to add it to cart today. It's our best product. I'll do one more, and if you guys like this segment and you want to, have some more hard truths, this doc is very long of hard truths.
We have some hard truths that we can give you guys.
We've got a few, but I want to end on this one. This is something that I think finally people are coming around to in the health and fitness space, but I have that a little bit of like I don't know, I get like this. Like I've been here for years saying this, and oh, now you're going to come up and tell me about muscle. Get out of here. No, but more people saying it. But I want to hard truth you that sacrificing muscle, especially for women over 40, but really for every person on the planet, sacrificing muscle in the name of weight loss will be a decision you will regret. I have no qualms about that statement, and I will say it over and over and over. That will be a decision you will regret if you choose weight loss on the scale as the number one marker for success, and sacrificing muscle in that process just to tick that weight down. You will regret that.
I'm just gonna call this out. I could send this to the team afterwards, but I need that sound bite because I think a lot of people listening to this, like you have humans that you want to send that to in your life, and you do. So you don't have to say it. You can just like Rachel said it.
I didn't
I
say
just
it.
passed it
I didn't
along.
say it. She's such
I'm
a
just hey,
bitch, right?
I just passed it along. That wasn't even me. Like, okay, but that is, and that's one thing like I have been thinking about for so long because I know that as there more millennial ladies listening to this who are right on board with us, right? Who are like right on board with like sacrificing muscle for weight loss is a decision you will regret. And they're like, yep, I'm on board with that. But they can't get their parents to be on board with that. And they watch with such sadness and dread is one that I know that I have felt is dread because I know that this is going to be a decision that you'll regret, maybe not today or tomorrow, but it's one that you're going to regret, and I'm going to regret not having sent that sound clip to you in an effort to, because it is the key to longevity in your life. It is the key to living independently. It is literally the key to, in my mind, and I don't even feel that, to happiness in your life. Because those two things, without your health, without your independence, without your longevity, what else are we talking about
What
here?
else are we talking about?
Like,
I couldn't agree more, and I also, I just want to add, we we have been told. I know that millennial women
yep.
have had to make this full turnaround on this because we have been told for a good majority of our life that, like, you know cardio queen, we're getting smaller, we're getting smaller. Um, and we're losing weight. And there's been no talk previously in previous decades of muscle mass whatsoever, especially for women. But I just want to hit home that if someone were to ask me metabolically, what do you think the biggest problem with Americans is right now? What is like harming their metabolism the most? I would say resoundingly lack of muscle mass. If there is one thing that if I could snap my fingers and I could get everybody on earth to change one thing when they're prioritizing their health, it honestly would be building and maintaining muscle mass. Everything after that is kind of gonna, it's all important, right? And it's all falls in place. But if I think the number one thing that is destroying the metabolic health of the majority of people is the fact that they are not carrying or maintaining enough muscle throughout the majority of their life.
I love that. I'm not even going to add to that because I really feel that you covered it there, and I don't want to I don't even I want that to sit with a lot of people. So these have been some hard truths that we would tell you if we weren't afraid to hurt your feelings, and
Don't be
hopefully some of
mad.
those, don't be mad. Some Hopefully these have been helpful for you guys, because in my mind they are the truth, and this is our podcast. So what else matters?
Somebody gave me this and I talk
And
into it.
somebody gave me little fuzzy.
Hey, Fuzzy. If you enjoyed the new member of our team, we're hoping he won't be back next week because that is uncomfortable to hold the whole time, but you look
I don't know.
adorable.
I don't know. I felt like I was really broadcasting, and I had the ability to like move around a
Yeah,
lot,
there
which
was so
actually
much
I felt
dancing.
like was a really good like I feel like that was a nice like perk. This is quick. This is what I do. This is what it's unconscious.
Oh,
It just
all the
goes
ADHD people were like, "Yeah, I'm getting a fuzzy mic. That's what I'm gonna do." This is life hack
they
101.
start getting like sensory.
Oh, sensory, you can move. Like there's so many, and you look just so cute with it. So
Like I'm reporting.
I'm here for it.
Guys, whatever platform you're listening to this on, tell us that you want to hear some more hard truths, because you're one of us.
We love you guys. Have a great week.